The team that doesn't just talk about impact, they ignite it. Jim Morris and producer Rachel.
Yay!
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What's up? How we doing?
We're actually doing good today. Today is a good day. We got enough sleep. So I just need to capitalize on the momentum.
Let's go.
And we're going to keep moving forward.
Let's go.
How does that sound? That sound convincing?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Let's keep that positive energy rolling.
Exactly.
What let's talk, well, so last episode we talked about, as we were ending, a tool around how to get out of that bad negative chatter and mindset, comparison to other companies, and all that kind of BS of comparing yourself to competitors. And we started to talk about how to pull ourselves out of that when we're deep in it. Those things that rise our energy, give us energy gains. Let's talk today just about a couple that you revert back to that are in your toolbox, and I'll share a couple of mine. I'm sure we have some similar ones, so we can kind of chat how we navigate each of those. But you had mentioned walks, which is something that I do as well. My wife does. It's something like, kind of like our go-to in the moment when things are just not flowing or out of whack or out of alignment, or especially with my wife and I, if our communication's not great that day, a walk is kind of what will go to kind of rise our energy, kind of get back to normalcy.
Quickly, do you go on a walk together in that space, or do you separate and go on separate walks?
Together. We usually it kind of removes the stress. It's like, all right, let's just get for a walk and we'll figure this thing out or whatnot. That's probably how we use it most for us, if there's just like miscommunication or frustration. As far as how I use it when things aren't going well in business, or that negative talk happens, to get that energy up, more so myself solo, and me just kind of putting on something like a lo-fi and just getting into a different vibration, just letting kind of that anxiety out. Gives me a lot more clarity. So lo-fi music for me is huge. Lo-fi girl on YouTube. It's like you just, YouTube lo-fi girl, and it just whatever playlist comes up, it kind of does the magic for me. So yeah, that's kind of what I do on walks. But dive a little bit deeper into how kind of how you navigate it. Like, do you use headphones? Do you not use headphones? Do you do cartwheels down the street?
I wrote it down. Hold on. So have you ever done grounding? Do you ground, like put your feet in the dirt or feet in the grass? I don't know. Like, what kind of grass do you have in Nashville? Is it hard grass or soft grass?
That's my wife right there. That's more on her side of the spectrum. I'm not a feet in the grass.
I love it. I
understand it and love it, but she'll like go to the park and just walk around barefoot. Like, I'm like, nah, that's not me. But tell me how you do it. You just like
in my backyard
rolling around in the grass. Let's get some leaves over here. Like, where are we at? What you doing?
So when I had dogs, you had to make sure the dog poop was picked up, because you didn't want to like step barefoot in dog shit. And it has happened to me. So, but now I don't have dogs. So now I can just walk out the door. It's amazing. And so, yeah, sometimes I'll walk in circles. Sometimes I'll just walk out to a certain area. Sometimes I'll just sit, but just get your feet in that grass. I don't know. There's something so magical, and there's like literal positive energy in the dirt and the grass. So that helps. Number one. Number two, this happened to me the other day where I just had something sparked trauma, like past trauma. Does that make sense? Where all of a sudden I was like, and I was off, like bawling my eyes out, crying, was just like, oh my God, like, oh, I can't. And then I started feeling guilty or bad about myself because the thing was making me, like, again, bring down my energy. And so another thing that I do when that happens is there's 3 people that I know I can immediately text and say, like, talk me off the ledge. Like, I need you to talk me off. Like, I can't today. I can't even get my brain to think straight. Help me. And so one immediately called me back, and then I booked time with the other 2, which was perfect. So by the time the first one was the perfect one, because she's the one that's like, literally, she will virtually slap me through the phone. She'll be like, boom, boom. Did you feel that? And I'm like, oh God. So she's great because she snaps immediately. The next one was cool because it was just easing into it. And then the third person was awesome because it's like, okay, what do we do about that next time? How do we transmute that energy? And the third person was Nate, who we've had an Impact Effect Accelerator. He's a breathwork practitioner. And so the good thing is, I have people in my life that I can go to and say, like, I need your help. Snap me out of this. And they're not scared to be like, hey, like, what was your role in that situation? Right? Like, how do we change this next time? So that was amazing. And then the other one, honestly, where's the other one? I was like, I wrote it down.
People are power. Listen to this. Let's go. You know how I love saying that.
People are power. And I think for so long, I didn't want to tell other people, right? Like, if you say all the bad things, are they going to think you're bad? No.
You need the right people.
You need the right people. Exactly. And it took me a while to curate that list. But I'm so happy.
Real stuff right there. It took you a while to curate that list. Rachel, I've met thousands and thousands and thousands of people, right? Whether it's speaking, whether it's traveling, whether it's just doing business and transactions and digital products and networking online and events. And every single time I think about all these people that I've met, right? Like all these amazing, amazing folks, it really comes down to the fact that why is there only a few people that I can call? And the reality of it is just there's some of those people that you can ultimately trust with everything, and they're going to shoot you straight. And you just got to whittle that down and what's the relationship like? You know, I've shared stuff, or I've tried to put people in those slots of like go to call, and they weren't there and they didn't fulfill it. They didn't want to be, or maybe they did and they didn't know how or whatnot. And that's okay too. There's beauty in that, because not everybody is supposed to be there to fit the mold, to solve or to help or to position you better in life. They can also benefit and do that in other different ways. It doesn't need to be that conversation. So once I started to figure that out too, I was like, okay, let's not think everybody can fit this role, but how do I start to navigate this and try to find people to put in these roles, because they're just needed in life to do anything big, to create massive impact, right? Like you need that support, because when you're doing hard things like you're doing, like many business owners and entrepreneurs inside Impact Effect Accelerator, like most parents, right? Like most people trying to build something from scratch or to try to take it to the next level, no matter what role you play in that, right? There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things that we need to push to do. And I just think that, we're all facing some level where we need to kind of get back to leaning into people and leveraging them for that energy gain. And similar to you is there's one person I call, and it's like, we're going to talk the shit, and then we're going to both leave on such a high note. And it's funny, like I called him and he was like, I needed to hear this today. And I was like, dude, I was just going to say that at the end of the call. So it's like that person that it's kind of that yin and yang. You're going back and forth, helping them and just giving opinion that's real and that has compassion, that you actually care about.
Do you do this, especially possibly with your wife? So I know I am that person for other people too, right? I'm that person that people know they can call, but I have to first ask, do you want me to just listen, or do you want me to help you solve the problem? Because I'm type A problem solver. So I'll immediately be like, this is what you have to do. And instead, sometimes they just need somebody to listen to vent to. So it took me a hot minute to learn to like, okay, lay off, ask first. Do you just need somebody to talk to? I'm here. Or do you want me to help you solve the problem? Because that can ruin relationships. If you're always the person that's like, I can solve this for you. Stop doing this thing. I have a friend that's like that, and she's lost friends because of it, because it's like, I just need someone to vent to. I don't need someone to always solve the problem.
So those are, and I'll do a training on an Impact Effect on this. They're social interaction cues is what I call them. And I break them down into 3 different categories. Do you want to be helped? Do you want to be hugged? Or do you want to be heard? And you've got to actively listen and analyze using body language and cues and microfacial expressions and listening, obviously, to understand what does this person want. And it's completely freaking okay to stop someone and say, hey, I love you. I want to serve you best. Do you want help? Do you want a hug? Or do you want to just be heard? And let me break them down real quick, because I'll give you a snippet to this training that I'm going to do. I mean, let's just do this inside Impact Effect Accelerator for all our members. Helped, exactly what Rachel's talking about. Do you want, you have to analyze if someone's sharing something with you, do they want your help? Do they want the solution? Okay. So that's where someone says like, oh yeah, well do this, this, and this, or have you talked to this and let me connect you with this person. That's you helping them. Okay. It doesn't need to be you solving the problem. It's a form of you helping. There's been people where I'm like, dude, I just want you to be like, dude, you got fucking screwed over, bro. And they're like, let me connect you with this person to fix this and this. And I'm like, there's no fixing. I'm done with this. Like I got screwed. I'm over. It's over. Just let me vent. Then hugged. So that's that venting that I'm talking about. That's the second one, hugged. Like, does someone just need to be hugged? Like they're going through it and you just need to listen and let them dump. It's usually trauma dump. It's usually high emotions. There's usually fear. And then there's some little bit of anger or there's a little bit of anxiousness. So you're kind of looking for those three emotions, I would say, if someone just needs to be hugged. It's different from being heard. So that's the third one. The third one is you actively back and forth engaging and showing them that you're just listening, right? So you're not giving a solution. You're not diving heavy into you giving emotion and like literally hugging them and letting them dump, but you're engaging in that back and forth conversation where you're showing that you're recognizing what they said. Usually I tell people to loop the conversation, say it back to them so they know that you're listening. Or I just paraphrase, like, or I call something out significant, like, no way that happened to you at the Preds hockey game. Like, are you serious? I've been to the Preds hockey game like 150 times and that's never happened to me. That happened to you. Just, I'm giving them, letting them know that they've been heard, right? Giving them, like, putting a little gas on their fire that clearly messed with them. So I'm going to reference the fact that that's never happened to me. And it's crazy that it's happened to them. Like there's alignment there that I'm allowing them to feel what they want to feel. All right. I'm done preaching. I'm done teaching.
No, I love it.
Get me jazzed up.
Number one, did you write that down? Because like my ADHD brain's gonna forget that you said that we're gonna teach that.
Yes.
If you guys if you're interested in that, you can DM Jim, you can DM me, or you can just join Impact Effect Accelerator. We'll give you the link. It's super easy. It's impacteffectaccelerator.com. It's amazing and easy to join. Jim spills these nuggets all the time. I'm getting there. You've done this work for so much longer than I have, right? So I may be older and have been on this earth for longer, but I worked in corporate America, like corporate media for so long that like I'm just now unraveling the trauma and trying to figure out like how to live life as a business owner.
And that's most of us. And that trauma is never dead and gone. And we want to make sure that trauma doesn't pop up in those social interactions. Because if someone's looking to be hugged or looking to be heard, that we're not taking over that conversation. I'm guilty of this because I'm trying to connect with people and I really focus on it, that sometimes I'm like, oh, I kind of like shared too much. So I always say this, and I did it in a training the other week inside of Impact Effect Accelerator. We were talking about how to connect with more people digitally with some strategies. And it's called the 25%er rule. You should be talking 25%. And part of that 25% should also be you asking someone else questions. Just focus on that. If you're talking more than 25%, you're probably stealing the conversation and you're not allowing them to tell you if they want to be helped, hugged, or heard.
Okay, so loop it back around because I love that so much. We started with the conversation about like what gives you energy. Do you have anything else that you want to plot into that? Because I think that was like incredible.
So we talked about walking. We talked about calling the friend. We talked about having the right circle, those people around you. You talked about grounding. when I need an energy gain, a friend of mine recently had told me to do this. And at first I was like, okay, bro, like it's such a bro thing to do. Um, so, and I did it because I was like, you know what? I'm in a funk. We had coffee at like 8 a.m. He told me to do it. It's what he does. I get back. I got a podcast to shoot. I got 2 trainings to do. I got a phone call with a client. I've got a new reviewing a proposal, right? So it's a jam-packed day. I'm in a bad mindset. I'm in that low. I'm trying to get high. I'm trying to get that energy rise, energy gain. And he's like, just do 10 push-ups. I'm in my office where I'm sitting right now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to film it and send it to him. I'm going to tell him I did it. It just changed everything. I had started to sweat a little bit. I was a little bit out of breath. I cranked them out. It wasn't super easy. I know that's probably pathetic. It's 10 push-ups, but you know, I did it, and like I just got an energy gain. Like I don't know if that's testosterone. I don't know if that's blood flow. Like, and it wasn't something that I was sore. It wasn't something that I like struggled to do and hurt myself. It wasn't any of that, but it was just a nice quick jolt of energy. So I'd end it there. Is there anything physically that you can do? And then also that mental side of it as well.
Oh God, sorry. Yeah, I've heard like that's a great idea. Or put a song on and dance. Like honestly, just move your body, get oxygen in your body. You need to like move that like negative energy out, and it works. Both of those, all those things work. Did you have more you wanted to add to it?
No, that's it. Those are my go-tos. If anybody has anything that they do, dude, drop it in the comments.
Yeah,
share it with us. Yeah, there's a million things. I just wanted today to share the things that we did because we had some comments after the last episode as well. So people are looking forward to this one.
I love it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing day.
Take care.